Saskatchewan MLAs return to the legislature today for its spring sitting, but all eyes on India, where Premier Scott Moe and the Prime Minister announced a major deal for uranium ore. Sierra D'Souza Butts has more on what the agreement means for the province and why the Sask NDP feel not enough was done on this trip to stop tariffs from India on pulses.
Cameco, a Saskatoon-based uranium company, will be supplying 22 million pounds of uranium ore to India over the next 9 years. The long-term agreement follows the Prime Minister's trade mission to India, along with Premier Scott Moe.
And it's going to be good for the electricity outbuild here in India, as well as good for the economy and good for, in particular, northern Saskatchewan and Canada, I would say, as well.
The announcement comes on the same day as MLAs are returning back to the legislature for its spring sitting. The province's Minister of Trade and Export Development says the deal will help stabilize the amount of uranium exports.
That certainly helps them in developing their business plans for the next 10 years. Certainly helps them do their capital planning and their employment, building up their employment numbers and certainly their investment in the north.
However, the Saskatchewan NDP says more needs to be done.
On surface, this sounds like it was a good deal. Two things that I had said when they left. I think it's important that they get a deal on the P tariffs. That would be very beneficial, especially, at this time of year.
The other Beck says is for Saskatchewan to get its fair share of infrastructure dollars from the federal government.
Saskatchewan is Canada's biggest trading partner right now with India, and I just foresee so many other new opportunities coming when Canada is able to solidify that trade deal with India.
Although discussions about creating a pulse protein center of excellence in India were mentioned by Moe, talks about tariffs on Canadian peas and lentils are expected as Canada and India plans to reach a trade deal by the end of the year. Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Regina.